Everyone thought she was talented. But no one thought she would succeed. Not because she wasn't smart. Not because she wasn't creative. But because she could never focus. She started things she never finished. Dreams she never completed. And slowly, she began to believe maybe they were right. This is the story of how a distracted teenage girl learned to control her mind. And how that single skill changed her entire future. If you've ever felt lost in your own thoughts. If you've ever had dreams but no discipline. If you've ever been your own biggest obstacle. Then listen carefully. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Because this story might help you take back control of your life. Mira lived in a crowded city where life never slowed down. Cars honked endlessly. People rushed everywhere. Phones buzzed constantly. And inside a small apartment on the 3rd floor, lived a teenage girl with a head full of ideas, and a heart full of frustration. Mira was creative. She saw beauty in broken walls. Colors in gray streets. Stories in ordinary faces. Her dream was simple but powerful. She wanted to become a painter. Not famous. Not rich. Just good enough to feel proud of herself. But there was one enemy she could never escape. Her own mind. She would sit down with a blank canvas, brush in hand. And 5 minutes later, her phone would light up. A message. A notification. A video. 1 minute, she'd tell herself. That 1 minute turned into 30. Some days she started 3 paintings. Finished none. Other days she read books on art. But ended up scrolling through photos of other people living their lives. At night, she lay awake. Chest heavy. Thoughts racing. Why can't I focus like others? Why am I wasting my talent? What's wrong with me? Her mother noticed. Every evening, Mira's mother would watch her jump from one thing to another. Sketchbook open. Phone unlocked. Music playing. TV noise in the background. One day, her mother finally said, "Mira, your mind is like a river. If you don't guide it, it will flow everywhere, wasting all its energy. But if you steer it, it can carry you to places you can't even imagine." Mira nodded, like she always did, and like always, she forgot. At school, things weren't any better. Teachers praised her ideas, but criticized her execution. Good concept, but incomplete. Strong imagination, weak discipline. You have potential, but you don't apply yourself. Those words hurt more than insults. Because potential without results feels like failure. Slowly, Mira stopped raising her hand. Stopped sharing her work. Stopped believing. Then came the rainy afternoon that changed everything. The classroom was quiet. Rain tapped against the windows. Mira sat staring at her unfinished sketch again. Mr. Rahman, her art teacher, noticed. He didn't scold her, didn't lecture her. He simply walked over, and placed a small blank notebook on her desk. "Mira," he said calmly, "I want you to draw in this notebook for 10 minutes every day." She looked confused. "That's it?" she asked. "No music, no phone, no skipping days, just one thing, for 10 minutes. Inside, Mira almost laughed. How could something so small fix something so broken? But she agreed. That evening, she tried. 10 minutes. The rain outside distracted her. Her mind jumped between ideas. Her hand hesitated. By the time the timer ended, she had only a rough sketch. She felt stupid, frustrated, useless. The urge to quit returned instantly. The next day, she showed the notebook to Mr. Rahman. She expected disappointment. Instead, he smiled. "This notebook is your mind," he said. "Every distraction is a drop of ink. If you don't control it, it spreads everywhere. But if you train it, you decide where the ink goes." Something clicked. Not loudly, not dramatically, quietly. That night, Mira made a decision. She wouldn't try to be perfect. She would try to be consistent. 10 minutes became sacred. Phone off. Door closed. Just her and the page. Some days were still bad. Her mind wandered. Her hand shook. But she didn't quit. After 2 weeks, something changed. The lines became cleaner. The ideas clearer. Her thoughts quieter. 10 minutes turned into 20. 20 into 30. She bought a small journal. Every night, she wrote. What distracted me today? What I finished? What I'll do tomorrow? For the first time in her life, her mind felt organized. Months passed. While others chased motivation, Mira built discipline. While others waited for inspiration, She showed up daily. She still doubted herself, still feared failure. But now, she had control. Then came the announcement. City Youth Art Competition. Her hands trembled reading it. Her old voice whispered, "You'll mess this up. You never finish things. Don't embarrass yourself." But a new voice answered, "You've trained for this." On competition day, the hall was filled with nervous energy. Some contestants panicked, others rushed, many started over again and again. Mira sat quietly, one brushstroke at a time, one breath at a time. No rushing, no distractions, just focus. Hours later, the results were announced. First place. Mira's name echoed through the hall. For a moment, she didn't move. Then it hit her. Tears blurred her vision, not because she won, but because she proved something to herself. Her parents hugged her. Mr. Raman nodded proudly, but the greatest victory happened silently inside her chest. She had mastered her mind. From that day forward, Mira wasn't just known as a talented artist. She was known as disciplined, focused, reliable. She continued to paint, study, dream, but now, with control. Here's the truth most people never learn. Talent doesn't fail you, your mind does. Dreams don't die because they're impossible. They die because they're unfocused. The moment you learn to control your attention, you control your future. Not overnight, not magically, but slowly, daily, patiently. Pain doesn't ruin you, distraction does. Discipline isn't punishment, it's self-respect. And success isn't about doing everything. It's about doing one thing, fully. If this story inspired you, like the video, comment, "I will focus," below. Subscribe to the channel, because your story isn't over yet. And remember, focus is your superpower. Train it, and watch your life transform.